Hi, I'm Tina Fey, and this is the Weekend Update. So, I am Lindsay Joo, and this is the Block Update, and hopefully you enjoy. My friends told me I needed to wear these glasses to look more like Tina Fey, but what I would like to do on the channel in the show is to talk about crypto and blockchain. And so in this segment, I'm going to be focusing on true life happenings, maybe a little news, and just share with all of you all what has been happening in Seoul and the greater Asia area in terms of cryptocurrency and blockchain. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know. This will be a weekly show on YouTube, and what I like to do is similar to the Weekend Update. I like to just do a little comedy on what happens in the blockchain industry. And you know, when I was thinking about this show, I thought that I could make some really funny stuff up, but then the stuff that I made up was less funny than what happened in real life. So I'll share some anecdotes for you. So the first thing you're probably thinking is, where's Tina Fey's co-host? Where's Colin Jost? Where's Michael Che, Amy Poehler, Jimmy Fallon? Well, they all canceled on me. So I had one friend in the blockchain industry. Let's call him M. He's very popular. I know that if he had been a co-host today, I would have gotten easily 1,000 likes on this video, but unfortunately, he had to fly to the US. So hopefully, he will come back in another episode. Another co-host that I asked is actually a professional anchor, and he asked not to use his name, so he who shall not be named doesn't want to stay in blockchain, says it's all a scam. So he who shall not be named is helping me off screen, so thank you to him, but he's not going to be my host either. So if there's anybody watching who'd like to be my host, please come join me. I would love to have you as part of the show. So, hashtag true life and what's happening in blockchain. So the first story that I would like to share is that there are a lot of crazy things that happen, and there aren't a lot of females in the industry. There's a lot of males, and I would say a lot of older males, a lot of young nerds, and so when I'm in a meeting or at a conference, people look at me a little bit funny, or maybe I'm on the conference line. So recently I was on a conference line and I met a client for the first time, and I said, "Hello, Mr. So-and-so." And they said, "Oh, well, hello, young lady." And I thought, well, you know, my name is Lindsay, and I've been a working professional for over 10 years now. I think I can either be called Miss or Lindsay. Lindsay's fine, but not young lady. So that, little things like that happen in the industry all the time. The other story that I wanted to share is, this one is funny as well. So there was this project, and they came. So I work at a fund that invests in blockchain projects, and there was one project that came, and this was, I guess we were going into the bear market, and so normally what we were seeing that month, about maybe September, October, we were seeing folks asking for maybe like 20 million in their hard cap. These guys, they come in as two of them, and they look like The Rock. I mean, they're huge. And my colleagues were supposed to join me in the meeting, but they got pulled into other meetings. So I'm in the meeting with them, and they come and ask for 300 million. That's their hard cap. And I thought, you know, this is a little bit high. Don't you think you're going to adjust it down? I think that investors aren't going to like such a huge hard cap as we're going into this bear market. Well, they just said, no, we're going to take over the world, and they had big dreams. And actually, as we got into it, the technology was one of the best and thought out processes that I've ever seen. And they also had a bit of a reverse ICO, which was really great. But I didn't realize that we were talking for like 2 hours. And so one of my colleagues, Jay, she says, Like, she sends me a message in the middle of the meeting, like, "Are you okay?" Because I was in one of the corner offices talking to them, and it had been like 2 hours, and usually we try and keep those meetings to 30 minutes. So that was a funny story, because they thought that like maybe I had been like kidnapped by these two guys that looked like The Rock, and asking for $300 million. And the last story that I'll share is, it's pretty funny. Also one of the best projects that I have seen, but it's so different from when I came from corporate. So I used to work in finance, and then after that I worked in Silicon Valley. And it's completely different roadshow. Like, it is the Wild West. People come out there and they're just wild cowboys doing whatever the heck they want. And so you see all kinds of things. And this one team comes in, and they are from the Middle East, and they come with their full team. They come with a CEO, they come with lead strategy, lead business, lead marketing. And I think, wow, this is really impressive. Usually it's just one or two when they come from out of country. So it was them, and then myself, as well as my Korean American colleague. And so it's so funny, because we're starting the meeting and we're asking about the project, typical 5 questions that we ask every client. And they're like, wait, how come you speak English? And I was like, there are a lot of Asians that speak English. But I lived most of my life in the US, and I've been here since the crypto craze in July 2017. You know, trying to move the conversation back to the topic at hand, their project. And they're like, well, so you're American Korean. And I said, yeah, Korean American, that's how I identify myself. And they're like, there's a name for that. And I like look at my colleague, and I'm like, oh no, he's not gonna say what I think he's gonna say. And he's like, yeah, the name, it's a banana. And I'm shocked. And my colleague just laughed so hard at this encounter. And I think like, they just called me like a racial slur after they asked me for $2 million. So, you know, stuff like that happens, which is funny. Kind of. But ironically, it was one of the best thought out projects that I saw for 6 months. So, you know, you can't really vilify the guy, I guess. He was just trying to make a joke. But I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this episode of the Block Update. Next week, I'll be filming from Hong Kong Blockchain Week, so I hope that you check it out. I am planning to drop this video every Friday. And one last tidbit, and then a share, because it's about Korea. And I don't know if you can tell, but we're in Gangnam, right near Gangnam-yeok, or Gangnam Station, so you know, Gangnam style. And then we're in beautiful Gangnam, really where the center of blockchain is. So I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you the American version, which would be me, and the Korean version, which is one of my friends who works at a Korean project. I told him about this YouTube channel, and I'm launching it, and I'm really excited. And he said, well, why didn't you be an actress? And I said, oh, I tried acting school when I was 14, but my acting teacher told me about his life in Manhattan. And his life in Manhattan consisted of him sleeping on a floor, eating canned beans, and sleeping with rats. That's typical actor Manhattan. And I said, oh, no, that's not for me. I think I'll go work in finance. And my Korean friend says, it's not so bad. I mean, that's Korea for you. You can always go another level down. He says, you know, you could have been eating the rats. That's pretty bad. So thank you for watching. I'm Lindsay Joo, and you have been watching the Block Update. Until next time. Thank you for watching, and a sincere thank you to Tony Medina of Seoul Guide Medical for being today's location sponsor. So a little bit about Seoul Guide Medical. They do everything from dentistry to head-to-toe plastic surgery. And what they like to say in Seoul is, if you can dream it, we can do it. So thank you to Tony and his team for sponsoring the location today in Gangnam. 하트!